It is Monday morning. It's back to the grindstone. No one likes getting out of bed on Monday morning and facing the day, because we know we're not just facing a day, we're facing an entire week of which we're trying to determine how we're going to negotiate. And in fact, sometimes it hits people on a Sunday afternoon, a Sunday night. They start thinking to themselves, I don't want to go back to work. They might have a hard time sleeping if they dread their job. And they wonder how they're going to negotiate things. They're wondering how they're going to handle the relationships within the workplace, whether you're dealing with customers or just superiors. But Monday mornings are kind of an encapsulation of life in general. In fact, a lot of people do not have jobs they like. They do not have jobs that give them purpose and meaning. And largely, it's not because of the work itself. I think originally it has to, or I think, distilling it down to its common denominator, I think a lot of it has to do with the mindset of an individual. And I think you can find purpose and meaning in just about anything that you set your hands to, or perhaps set your mind to, whatever it is you're doing, whatever kind of work you have. But for a lot of people, life in general is this way. It seems unendurable. How do we endure life when it seems so challenging, when it seems to be so daunting? Well, there has been wisdom that has been dispensed down through the ages, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you about. Back in the early 1900s, well, I guess there was a playwright named John Patrick who lived from 1905 to 1995, and he wrote several plays. One of them is called Love is a Many Splendored Thing. I'm sure you've heard of that. But he wrote another one called The Tea House of the August Moon. And in this play, one of the things that was said was this: pain makes man think. Thinking makes man wise. Wisdom makes life endurable. All right? Wisdom makes life endurable. In the Old Testament, in the Holy Bible, in the book of Proverbs, one of the capstone that you really could put on the whole entire book is, above all things, get wisdom. Because life can seem futile. It can seem purposeless. It can seem extremely hard to handle at times. We're never at a shortage for challenges being thrown our way. And when things are going good, just brace yourself, because it doesn't ever stay that way. But the good news is that when things are bad, look up, because it doesn't always stay that way. These things run in cycles, and you can't always predict them, but you can endure them. How do you endure them? Well, you understand the value of pain. You need to derive something from the pain that you have to expose yourself to. It doesn't matter whether you expose yourself to it or not. You're going to have to deal with it. In fact, it's probably good that we don't always allow ourselves to be comfortable. We should put ourselves through some measure of discomfort, forced discomfort upon ourselves, so that we don't become soft. And I think that that's the key here, is that you take your pain and let it make you think. The problem with a lot of people, in my opinion, is that when they go through pain, they shut down mentally. And one of the telltale signs of a person shutting down mentally as they go through pain is that they don't learn anything from it. And they don't learn anything from it when you hear them saying, well, it's not my fault. It's somebody else's fault. This shouldn't be happening to me. Why does everyone else get all the breaks? If you have gone through something that has hurt you, or you are going through something that's extremely uncomfortable, for some people that's equal to pain. There's a difference between discomfort and pain, but for some people it's actually one and the same. It's synonymous. But if you're going through that and you're pointing your finger at somebody else and you're saying that's not fair, then you're not learning anything. You're not learning anything. Let pain make you think. Let pain turn you into a resourceful person, somebody who has become stronger because of it, somebody whose esteem and respect for themselves increases rather than decreases. And you should be able to walk away from pain at the end of it, because there is an end to it. You should be able to walk away from the end of it going, well, I learned my lesson. I learned something from that experience. So pain should make man think, and thinking should make man wise. You know, life is very puzzling, and it should be treated as such. You know, you should be paying attention to commonalities, to common threads. You should be paying attention to what the signs are along the way. In fact, I've got a video that you need to go back and look somewhere in my cards. I don't know how to put the card up at the top. I don't know how to do that yet. I'll figure that out eventually. But to go back and look at my video about paying attention to the signs. The thumbnail is street signs, like on an interstate. But you need to be looking for the signs and find out what they're trying to tell you. Because if you spend your life, well, if you spend your time looking for signs, you will see them. You will see them. So thinking makes man wise. Think about what it's trying to tell you. Ask yourself, what lesson am I supposed to be getting from this? And wisdom makes life endurable. It really does. And the reason why is because you begin to find purpose and meaning behind it all. And when you can do that, you can pass that on. There's nothing of any value from learning something through the pain that you've gone through and never handing it off to somebody else, never passing it on, never, well, there's a difference between assuming the mantle and passing it on. You know, it's important to be able to endow others with something that you've learned from all the experiences you've had. And believe me, if you have learned something and you're keeping it to yourself, well, then you haven't learned enough. You haven't learned enough. So think about that, guys. This is my thought for the day. Pain makes man think. Thinking makes man wise. And wisdom makes life endurable. That's all I have to say about that. And what I wanted to share with you today was what I have in my beard today, if you haven't noticed. And I'm not styling my beard lately. I just don't feel like it. And I like the natural look. I've expressed that in some of my other videos. And I embrace the waves and the curls. And sometimes I do straighten it and style it. But I am probably not going to this week just because I like the natural look. And today, I did not either wash or condition my beard in the shower, but I did when I got out, I did put in Fresh Beard's Blacklight beard oil. I really like Fresh Beards. I don't talk about them enough. I've never done a review of them on YouTube, but I do like Fresh Beards. I am not an affiliate or anything like that, so I don't have any kind of code I can give you for this, but this is a tremendously good oil. And then after a while, after about a half an hour or so, I went back and I put some beard butter in. I don't have any balm in my beard today, but I really like the way Fresh Beards stays in my beard and what it does to it. It's just nice and soft. So that's what I have in my beard today. Just going to share that with you, and I'll note down in the description that it is Fresh Beard, so you don't forget. You don't have to watch the video all over again. But that's what I have for you guys, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope it's challenged you and given you something to think about today. Be safe, be careful out there, and enjoy your work. Find a way to find purpose in it, and everything that you set your hand and your mind to. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.